Hi guys, welcome back. It's Kirsten and this is a manga haul video. However, it wasn't originally going to be a manga haul because this video is celebrating my 1-year anniversary on being on booktube, which the actual date for that is the 29th. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for it. Originally I was going to do almost like a Q&A video where I look back on the past year of booktube, answer a few questions and just chat about what I have found and learned. But I realised I don't know if that's actually what you guys want. So I was just like, I don't know. If you do want that, or if you've got any questions and stuff that you would like to see me answer, then put them all in the comments below and I will do a different video about that. But what I want to say at the start of this very rambly start to my manga haul is thank you to everyone that has made this 1 year so good, and thank you to my 500 subscribers that have been here. I appreciate it so much. But I do have a wee bit of a manga haul, so let's just get straight on with that. So manga is not something that I read often, but at the end of March I fell into a really bad reading slump where every book I was picking up I just wasn't enjoying. But I did actually have a manga on my TBR for that month, and that was Moriarty the Patriot, and I really enjoyed it. And when I was falling into that slump, I just found myself wishing I could go back into manga because it was such an easy read and I loved the artwork, and it just made me feel so accomplished that I finished a book in about half hour to an hour's time depending on the manga, and I just really wanted to get back to it. So I have spent the last few weeks buying manga. Starting off with, let's talk about this one, which is Moriarty the Patriot, as I said, and this is a spin-off to Professor Moriarty from the Sherlock Holmes series, except we are looking into how Professor Moriarty became the criminal mastermind that we know from Sherlock Holmes. And we are following him as a child as he dislikes the injustice between the social classes and he wants to do something about it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I definitely want to carry on, and I think that if you enjoy Sherlock Holmes but want to try manga, give this one a try because it is that good in between and it is a twist on a classic that we know, which is always going to be something that I enjoy. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one and it started this big book buying haul. I'm just going to go in a bit of a random order now. These aren't in order of when I bought them or anything like that. I have read a couple of these but not all of them, so some of them I'll have more to say than others. But we also have Black Torch, which I admit I got because of this cover and this little kitty. That's it. I don't really know what this is about apart from the fact that I believe our main character is a ninja and he can talk to animals, and it goes on from there, and it just sounded like a fun read, so I thought why not. Plus I got a majority of these books on sale. I got them from the Travelling Man, which is a bookshop in Yorkshire. I don't live in Yorkshire, but they do really good delivery, so I ordered them online and a lot of these were like half price, things like that. They seem to be known in the UK for doing really good manga prices, and the delivery came like the next day. It was very good. So going into manga knowing that I had no idea what I liked didn't bother me. So you'll see a lot of random first volumes because I am just trying manga, and if you have any suggestions based on these, please let me know. So yeah, I don't know what this one's about. If you've read it, let me know. Again, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting around to this one. It seems like a really fun, easy read, which is what I'm looking for. Another cover buy was Magical Girl Apocalypse, and I just loved the art. I just thought that was so awesome, almost like Tim Burton style, and I was like, I love it. I think it is about a school that gets invaded by these magical girls and they start killing everyone. But all the covers to this series are just amazing. I absolutely love them, and so I was like, I have to try it, and I'm not mad that I've got it considering that I love the art, so I can at least appreciate it for the artwork alone, and hopefully the story matches. So again, I have no idea if I'm gonna like it or not, but I do think that artwork is just phenomenal, and like I said, the rest of the covers are equally as good. So this is one that I'm actually really excited to get to, and I probably will get to it in May most likely because I really want to know how this is going to go. Then we have one that I have actually read, and that is Arjun the Demihuman, and this one I actually really liked. It is more of a creepy horror manga with a lot of bodily horror. There are pages in here where you literally just see people being tortured, because demi-humans are humans that cannot die, and it doesn't matter what you do to them, their body will repair itself. And so scientists are enamored with these. They are constantly torturing them in the essence of science. And we have our main character who realizes he is demi-human, and now there are people after him because they of course want to experiment on him. And it is very dark. My partner's read more of this than I have, and he says this series continues to get dark, but I am actually really interested in it. And although it was creepy, sometimes I do get that craving for something just dark and creepy and just gory, and that really does tick the boxes for me. So if you're looking for a horror manga, I would recommend this one. It's also really easy to read. The artwork in it is really good as well, which I loved. So yeah, I think it's a really good one, especially if you're just starting to get into manga, because there's not a lot going on in terms of like the writing stuff. The layout is very easy to follow, but I think the storyline is equally as good. Then we have the first volume of Dead Man Wonderland. Now, I do believe I read this a few years ago, and by a few years I'm probably talking about like 8 years ago. I dabbled in Bleach. It was an app on my phone. I really liked that, which I do want to get physically and reread because I don't remember much of it. And I believe I started reading Dead Man's Wonderland, but don't quote me on it because I'm not sure. Again, it's one I don't remember much of. So I wanted to get the volume and see if I like it, and see if it is the one that I think I read ages ago. I don't know too much about this. I believe we have our main character who has been sentenced to death, sent to this prison where they basically fight to the death for people's enjoyment. It sounds a bit like, almost like the Hunger Games, but in a prison instead. So I don't know, I'm gonna give it a try. I was intrigued by the cover, vaguely remembered it, thought I would give it a try, clearly. Then we have The Blue Exorcist, and again this is another one that, like Black Torch, I kind of got because I liked the cover. I'm kind of taking from it a more fun read where it's not as dark and gory, but there is some action in it. And we're following our main character who is raised to be an exorcist but is also a demon himself, I think. I'm not sure. It just seems like a fun read. My partner said it was a easy read, it was a fun time, so I was like, I'm gonna try it, especially because it was half off, so I was like, why not? Again, like I said, some of these I can talk a bit more about, others of them I've got no idea, so I apologise. Then we have the Promise Neverland, which honestly I got because Neverland, Peter Pan, that's literally the vibes that I got from it. But I do know it is meant to be a darker one where we have these group of children that are fighting to keep their home that they have created, I believe. Again, I could be completely off with this. I do know that a couple of people on Instagram have actually read this and enjoyed it, so I thought I would give it a try. And yeah, fingers crossed I like it. It's meant to be a good series, so I thought I'd start off with volume 1, again half off, and just see whether I enjoy it. Then I have a manga that I knew I definitely wanted to get when I was doing this haul, and that is Happiness. Again, just volume 1, but this is one that was actually harder to get hold of, but I have been wanting it for a while because Chloe from Books with Chloe was talking about this series and she really enjoyed it, and I also loved the artwork on the cover. So I was like, I'm really interested in reading manga. I really want to expand my collection. I do have the first 2 volumes of Sailor Moon already, but I wanted to kind of expand upon it, and I knew Happiness was one of them, especially because it's about vampires, which I do love vampires. And if Chloe said that she liked it, I'm gonna go off of that, because majority of the time when she's enjoyed a book that's like fantasy related, I tend to like it as well. So I'm hoping that carries true for this one. Again, if you've read it, let me know what you think about it. I did have someone else comment on my YouTube video a few weeks ago where I was talking in a vlog about I want to get some more manga, and someone else recommended Happiness, and I was like, you know what, that's the nail in the coffin. So fingers crossed, I'm going to enjoy it. And these last few books are books that I got off of eBay in just like a manga collection that they were selling, and it worked out that I saved quite a bit of money on this series as a whole. I put the bid in and realised I hadn't even read the first book, but I had previously bought the first book. So I put the bid on before I'd even read the book that I had, because I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna like it, and I was like, actually maybe I should read this just in case I don't like it. and thankfully I do like it. I thought this was such a good manga. I really enjoyed it. We are following our main character, who is a really fun character actually. I really like him. He is someone that adores books. He's always done well at school, but he ends up going on this date with a girl and it all goes terribly wrong, because in this world we have ghouls which look exactly like us, except they want to eat human flesh. And our main character gets caught up in this world and it's really good. I mean, it is a more horror manga, but I did enjoy it. I think it was still a really fun read and I liked our main character and I'm really intrigued to see where it's going. I read this and Arjun the Demihuman at the same time and I have to admit I did prefer this one, so much so that I kept the bid that I put on for this lot and got the first 11 volumes. So I think this is going to be a really good time. This is the only series that I have this many books of. There are 14 books in this series, so I've still got a few more to get. I do have another copy of volume 1, which honestly I'll probably donate to a charity shop because that is what I tend to do with a lot of the books that I have doubles of. So then we have volume 2 and volume 3, volume 4 and 5, which honestly I'm loving all these covers. They're so simple, but I think the artwork really does speak for itself. 6 and 7, which I think this one is cool because it has a bit of a different colour to it, whereas all the other ones have been white and now it starts to change, which makes me interested to see how the storyline is going to change to reflect that. Then 8 and 9, again loving how all these covers have a lot more colour on them. Then 10 and 11, which honestly 11 just looks so gory. But I'm really excited to read this manga series. So that's all the series that I have. The only other one that I have that I didn't haul in this month is Sailor Moon 1 and 2. But if you have any other manga recommendations that you think I should definitely check out, then let me know. I know that if I do like some of the other ones where I've just got volume 1, I will be looking to see if I can get some box sets or job lots where it's a bit cheaper so I can save money instead of buying them all individually, because I have to admit manga is rather expensive. I wasn't expecting that. As someone that doesn't really buy it often, it is rather expensive. Understandable because you are having the artwork alongside everything, but again I think manga is definitely something that when I'm not sure what I want to read, or I'm just not feeling like books, or I'm in that bit of a slump, this is going to be so handy to push me through that, and it's just going to be easy reads that I can just fly through. And equally they're going to be really good for things like 24-hour readathons, which I've never really taken part in because I'm always working normally, but actually I could probably sneak in a few of these and still do a readathon, which would be really fun to do. So yeah, I know this video was a bit all over the place, but I hope you have liked it. And again, as I said, let me know if you are interested in a 1-year Q&A video. If you have any questions, again, put those below. But for now, I think that will do. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it that thumbs up and subscribe. My social media links will of course be linked below, and I will catch you in the next one.